Hi everyone, welcome back to Sins of a Solar Empire. Right, here we go. Right, let's... New game. Play. Hang on, let's just do this to start with. Nothing in particular, it's just to show you what controls do what, so you know everything to do with the game. Right. Okay. Menu. Quit, save, load, record, watch, network, interface, video, sounds, effects, key binding. A lot of that's self-explanatory. Let's go to effects. You can alter the effects of what you want to see. Mine is classed as extreme because I've got a good graphics card. It's only been run on a laptop, but it's a gaming laptop. Okay. Sounds, music, we'll have a little bit of music. This is we're doing a little tutorial. That's nice. Right, video. You can set the video sample rate, texture filtering. I just leave it as to what it is. I don't interfere. User interface. You can play around as much as you like and alter it to your heart's content. Now, to be honest with you, just going to drop the music down a little bit so it doesn't become overpowering. I'll just leave it as it is. You can actually record your gameplay. That's if you want to. I've never done so. You click on record. There's auto record. I'll never do that. That's loads of game where you last finished. Save the game. You can select one or enter it what you want down here. And of course quit. You can surrender. Right, we'll close that off. Now, zoom into cursor. I've never used that one to be honest with you, so I'll just leave it. Right, toggle cinematic view. I'll never bother using that one as well. Yeah, we'll leave that like that. Right, diplomacy. I don't really worry about it. I just kill him. That's the best way. Just kill him. But it can tell you here how your economy, your defence, and capital ships are ranking against your opponents. Yeah. So there you go. That's that. It automatically updates it. Him. What his level of dislike to us is. So you can. On some custom games you can alter that. Alright, now this is the same thing. Right, research, you have military, defensive, civilian, diplomacy. As I say, I never researched this, I'll just leave it as. We've all covered fleet logistics and I'll go over it again for you once more time. These are your officers. When you've got enough metal, you can buy them. Alright, and it'll tell you, if you look at the screen on the right hand side, basic officer training. Right, it costs you 1275 crystal for one ship officer. Down here, this is basic provision, this is your supply. But excuse me, but to take into consideration, the more you use the supply, the more it uses up upkeep. In other words, you start at 9%, the next one is 19%, then it goes up to 28, 38, 47, 58, I think that is, or 58, yeah, I think it's 58, 66, and the last one's 75. So basically, each one here, let's turn that sound down a little bit. So each one of those, let's bring it up a little bit, not to nothing. So each one of those represents how much of the resources it's going to take to upkeep your fleet. Ideally, you want to basically use this very sparsely, so you'll only need these when you need them. In other words, you'll upgrade to the next level of, say, 250 to 400 when you've got enough planets being conquered and you need to grow your fleet. Right, artifacts. When you start a game, if we go back to planets, right here, if you go on here, it will give you, this already been done for you, explore planet. These will give you special abilities. That's what that will do. Some are quite brilliant and some are just mundane. So you got 12 to choose from. Some, most of the time, nothing's been found that I come up with. Covered fleet logistics, diplomacy I don't use, civilian, right. One research station will give you something like that down there, from this line. 2 will probably give you to about there, 3 will give you to about there, and 4 will be the rest. It actually tells you 1 civilian, 2 civilian, 4, 6, and 8. Defense, it will require 1 military, 2 military, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. This is the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Right, that's that little bit done. Pirates. I never sort of do this. I only use buy, sell, and these here is what the price of those are. So if you're buying them at a cost that, if you sell them, if you're buying that, that's what it costs that. If you sell them, you get about half the price. So this broadless is long, and I often use it. The reason why I use it is because sometimes I haven't got enough crystal, and I've got enough there, so I'll buy my crystal, as you can see. I'm not really worried. And if you want to sell it, you just sell like that. But it does influence the price. Be mindful of that. And this is the black market. So, things to bear in mind. Here is a number of officers you've got. This is your supply. In other words, what counts as if one particular ship costs 50, like a couple of ships cost 50, a colony ship might only cost you 2. A light frigate might cost you 2, maybe 3. A heavy frigate might cost you 10. And it varies with different ships. Now, ships and types. So let's build some shipyards. Right. Okay. So we'll scroll down here. Sorry, let's go to our planet. Yep, that's our planet. They're going to be built. Right. Okay. I don't think they've been built yet, but I don't know where they are. Oh, there they are. There we go. And there's another one somewhere looking around. Right, capital ships. You got this one, coal battleship. As you can see, its build time is 68 seconds. uses 50 supply and uses 1 command point. Command points are officers basically. This one, Soviet carrier, I don't tend to use it. It just builds strike craft. I tend to use in my battles these and these. Occasionally I use this one. Very rarely I use this one and that one. Reason being, because I know these ones are quite potent and these ones are. If you watched my battle or my first videos on this Sins of the Solar Empire, it explains to you what ships to get and so on and so forth. As I was saying in this video, these ones and these ones. Early game, these ones. Late game, this one. But you can intermix, you can buy all these if you want, you can buy all these if you want, or you can intermix them. Those are the two best types of, that's a dreadnought and that's a battleship. Battleship being lighter than a dreadnought. Right, we haven't got, there we have, right. This is your scout ship. It will detect mines. It has a couple, I think it has average laser damage 3, which is pretty poor. It might kill a few flies off a ship. About all. Right, Cobalt Light Frigate. Pretty good in numbers. You've got to have at least 2 dozen to a dozen to make it effective. Javelins, long-range missile frigates, excellent. Get as many as you can. Right, siege frigates, don't really use them. Only if I'm in a position to do so, but most of the time, no. I don't tend to get flak frigates. I do buy these. I sometimes research these. These are very fast, agile little ships, good at taking out fighters and cruisers and capital ships. Again, it's all about numbers with these little ships. If you've got, say, 100 of them, they are going to be potentially damaging to your opponent. Right, over here. This is a light carrier, in other words, fighter craft. You can get it. It depends if you want like loads of fighters and bombers in your fleet. I don't tend to use them. I've used them in the past, so that's my advice. Again, it's entirely up to what you want to do, how you want to play your battle, your game, to what you want to enjoy. I'm not saying don't get them. I just know what's going to win me the game. They are robotic cruisers. These will repair your ships as long as you've done your research. And a lot of it is all down to research, and I'll cover that a little bit in a minute. Right, command cruisers. This helps your cruisers, capital mid-ranking fleet officers. It can empower and coordinate the attack efforts of others. In other words, gets you better hits on the enemy. This is a heavy cruiser, very good mid to late game, because you've got to research it to get it. 18 autocannon, and it does, as the more experience it gets, it goes up in value. This is your star base builder. It builds your star base. Very resource hungry, but it's well worth it. It will take out a fleet as long as you upgrade it right. I go 2, 2, 3 on 2 on the weapons, 2 on the armour, and 3 on the fighters. Fighters, I tend to have 7 of each. It depends on the AI, how he plays the game. If he is very fighter orientated, I'll use mostly fighters, but bear that in mind. Okay, here we have the torpedo cruiser. I don't use it. You can use it. Basically, it fires loads and loads of missiles at you, your enemy. Sorry. This is your envoy. It's for getting basically peace treaties, diplomatic solutions. If you want to use it, you buy it, but I don't. Right. Research. This is good. Right. Here, it makes your hull reinforcements and increases your hull points and your repair rate. As the more you research, it tells you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And sorry about the doggy barking again, it seems a regular occurrence. Right, so this is your abilities to increase your hull and your repair rate. This here is your actual hull. As you progress up, you will get better and stronger. So bear with me for a minute. Right, we're back. Just a quick pause. Probably didn't even know I was on the way. Right, as I was saying, here, this is your hull. You ideally want to get it over here so it's strong, and you'll see basically a vast difference between being taken out and surviving. Now, ballistics and rocketry. Like I say, with everything, you need to basically balance your armor. Balance your shield renewal and your hull with your weapons and new ship type research. These are your Titan. Once you've got all this done, you've got to build your Titan, your foundry, and that's going to be in military on your here. This is your Titan foundry. You need to build that. Because it's not researched, it's not available at the moment. Because I hadn't, where I was, we hadn't clicked on all of these and got them researched. Because we can't, there's no research stations being built, so you can't research anything at the moment. Purely and simply because it's just a how-to information and what does what, how to use it, and what best way to do it. Now I'm telling you what all this because you've got to start somewhere in this game, and if you don't know, hopefully you'll find this useful. So to recap, experimental designs. This is your Titan. These are different ships. This is your Javelin. You need to research it, so you'll need at least 2 military research stations to get this up and running. These are all 1, so let's call them tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, tier 6, tier 7, tier 8. So 8 research stations, and the more you basically conquer and take planets, the more resources you can get coming in, the more you're able to build your fleets up, and then like you saw my tutorial, my walkthrough, it will show you how to do it. So I think I'll make another video on each section, perhaps a bit more detailed, and showing you, I can tell you what you need to do, but it's down to you what you do. There is so much scope in this game, it will keep you entertained for hours and hours and hours and hours. Days upon days, weeks upon weeks. It is fantastic. It is one of the best games I have ever played. That's how good it is. Now, customization. You can set your colours of your what's names menu. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's when you start a game. So let's come back out of there. We'll go to quit. Right, there's the two colours. Back to main menu. And then single player. Player setup. And you can select your characters. New game, map design, achievements. Let's go achievements. Tells you a bit what games I've played and so on. Achievements completed 72% out of 100, which is pretty good really. You can design your own map. Player setup, as I was saying. You can watch your game. Load your game, new game tutorials. This is a good thing to do. It helps you learn and basically teaches you the game really. But if you don't want to do the tutorial, that's fine. But if you follow my instructions, you'll be up and running in no time whatsoever. So I hope you found the video very interesting. I hope it was useful for you. And if you have any questions, please leave a question or a comment below. And if you'd like to give us a thumbs up, always much appreciated. If you want to subscribe to the channel, please do so, where you'll hear lots more and fantastic videos coming out in the near future. So until then, thanks for watching, be good, and we'll see you in the next video.